Hey Deckers, Liam here. I've got good news for fans of online games because SMITE just got a big update and along with it came support for Easy Anti-Cheat on Linux. And so it now works on Steam Deck and desktop Linux. This isn't just it randomly working either, this is properly official. It was mentioned in their latest release notes. They actually gave a special thanks to the SMITE community for their help in solving the issues and testing. And they mentioned specifically a group of players from their Discord made a big impact on the change. It goes to show that if you do love a game and engage with the developers in a constructive and helpful way, sometimes it can result in something great like this. Because even though Easy Anti-Cheat does support Linux and Steam Deck, at times there's certain quirks that developers need to work through to get it actually working properly. And in my testing of the game now in the Seasons of Souls, the 10.6 update, I can confirm it works. But there's a couple of issues to be aware of. The first thing you need to do is to ensure that you have the Proton Easy Anti-Cheat runtime installed from your Steam library. You can find it just by searching directly in your Steam library. And it doesn't seem to matter what version of Proton you use. I've actually run it fine with Proton 8 and Proton Experimental. After you've actually installed it though, on Steam Deck you will need to either use the touchscreen or simulated mouse input in Steam Input, as there's a few extra quick setup screens, but it's literally just pressing OK because it's just going through installing a few prerequisites. And when you first get to the main menu, it will complain it doesn't know the system, so it sets the graphics by default to medium, which is actually fine. The biggest problem I've seen so far is that I cannot for the life of me get the built-in controller support in the game itself to work at all. Nothing I tried helped, it just refused to work. So it wasn't really surprising to see lots of community layouts with the most popular setting both external gamepads and the Steam Deck controls to act as a mouse and keyboard. So it seems like it might even be an issue on Windows as well. Just for reference, on Steam Deck directly in Steam Input, this is the community layout I've been rocking with, and once you learn the actual binds where it all matches up, it does work fine. You just need to make sure you do not swap the in-game settings from keyboard and mouse to controller. Just leave it as keyboard and mouse, otherwise, in the battles, you won't actually be able to move. Performance seems mostly great as well, rocking it with all the presets on medium just to show you here is the exact settings I'm using. It's in windowed mode with VSync off, everything else is on medium, and from there it's been practically a stable 60 frames a second. And just to note, it's only on 720p for the video recording, but it does work fine on the exact 800p resolution of the Steam Deck that you can pick as well. It is always a great thing to see more popular online games working. I just hope the controller weirdness can be figured out either by the game developer fixing it, or perhaps it might be a bug in Steam Input or Proton. But once you learn the binds from whatever community layout you pick, or if you set up your own, it does work well. I've been having quite a lot of fun with this one. And as you can see from little clips of gameplay that I've spread out through here, which was recorded actually using my 8BitDo Ultimate controller set as a mouse and keyboard in Steam Input, it just makes it easier when recording when I've got all the wires plugged into the Steam Deck. And even there it works quite nicely. So if you're a SMITE fan, perhaps it's time to go take a look again on Steam Deck or your desktop if you're on Linux as well. And as luck would have it for the game in this actual recording, I sort of did okay. I got quite a few kills in there and we actually won in the end. I just really need to tweak the right thumbstick to get it where I like it. And it always seems like it's either too sensitive or not sensitive enough. It's going to take a fair bit more testing. I'm just really happy to jump in and play a few rounds of SMITE now that it works. SMITE is in the top 100 most played games on Steam, with it regularly seeing somewhere around 15,000 people playing it at the same time. I am still holding out some hope though that we will see the likes of Rust, Destiny 2 and a few others finally come on board, but it seems like we may be a while away from that still. But the more people that get a Steam Deck though, the more likely it is for these other bigger multiplayer games to support it. That's it for this little game news tip though. Just wanted to get word out there that SMITE is now working. Just keep in mind those controller issues that I've been seeing, but there are Steam input layouts set up and ready for it. So let me know how you get on in the comments and I'll see you later.